Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, February 6th. Quite an active weather pattern over the next 3 or 4 days here in the Mid-Atlantic region. We could conceivably go from high temperatures in the 50s and 60s on Wednesday here in the I-95 corridor to accumulating snow by early Thursday morning. The temperatures will take a wild swing over the next several days. Moderately chilly today, much milder tomorrow and Wednesday, then much colder air pours into the region late Wednesday night and Thursday, and it looks like that transition back to cold by Thursday will be accompanied by a developing storm system along the frontal boundary zone that could ultimately end up just off the Mid-Atlantic coastline by early Thursday morning, and perhaps throwing accumulating snow back into the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City I-95 corridor region, especially likely to the north and west of the big cities. It looks like it could be a transition from rain to snow during that potential event late Wednesday night and early Thursday morning, and we'll focus in on that over the next few minutes. First of all, let's take a look at the upper part of the atmosphere, 500 millibar level. This is the all-important part of the atmosphere that kind of dictates where surface storms develop and where they move due to the steering winds in the upper part of the atmosphere. This is the forecast map from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run for this morning, Monday morning. Here's the main area of interest right here. There's a vigorous upper level low just along or just off the Pacific Northwest coastline. This tends to feed in energy into the center part of the nation over the next couple of days, which ultimately results in a storm system forming near the frontal boundary zone late Wednesday night in the eastern part of the U.S. And again, there are signs that a storm could be right off the Mid-Atlantic coastline, right in this region right here, come early Thursday morning. Again, this is the key area, so I wanted to point out that really over the next 24 hours or so, well, the models will have a better handle of this particular upper level piece of energy that still sits a little bit off the coast in the Pacific Northwest. Now we're jumping ahead to the Wednesday morning forecast map of 500 millibars, and again we're still seeing an upper level low out here just off the Pacific Northwest coast. But notice the yellows right in this region right here. There is a piece of energy that's coming out into the center part of the nation here. Again, this is by Wednesday morning, and this will be the area of interest as this ultimately sets off the formation of a storm along the frontal boundary zone come late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Now here's the forecast map for Wednesday evening. Notice a little bit of deepening here of that upper level system here. Again, it was kind of contributed to by this spinning upper level low off the Pacific Northwest coast, dropping slowly south and east and deepening by this time come Wednesday evening. Wednesday itself will, continue to be a mild day in the I-95 corridor region with some showers likely, but then the colder air starts pushing in late Wednesday night following the passage of a cold frontal system, and that frontal boundary zone will line up right along this region right here come late Wednesday night, and indeed it looks like low pressure will form along that boundary zone and move to a position just off the Mid-Atlantic coastline by Thursday morning. Now here's the last upper level map we'll look at, forecast map, then we'll take a look at the surface forecast maps. This is now Thursday morning. By this time, pretty decent upper level system here, and again, it can be low pressure at this time right around this region right here just off the New Jersey coastline with colder air coming into the I-95 corridor. That could definitely lead to a transition from rain to snow in the immediate I-95 corridor, especially to the north and west of the big cities. The odds for accumulating snow are higher than south and east of the big cities come late Wednesday night and early Thursday morning. And again, this is still somewhat speculation phase now until that upper level low moves a little bit closer to the land, maybe over the next 24 hours or so. So right now, again, the threat exists for late Wednesday night, early Thursday for some accumulating snow possible in the I-95 corridor. Now let's take a look at the surface forecast maps. Now here's the forecast map from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run for tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. By this time, it'll probably be wet, damp in the I-95 corridor. Warm frontal system will be pushing northward, and certainly there will be some rain associated with that warm frontal passage late tonight, towards morning, and on the day Tuesday. Temperatures tomorrow should jump into the 50s in most regions along the I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City, and a cold frontal system trailing that low pressure area come tomorrow morning. Now here's the forecast map for Wednesday morning from last night's 0Z GFS model run. A couple things of interest here. First of all, that strong cold frontal system poised to move right into the I-95 corridor come Wednesday morning. The cold front itself will not be accompanied by a lot of rain activity. It looks like it'll be a windy day on Wednesday. It's still quite mild with a few showers likely. Nothing significant on Wednesday. The steadier rain will come with the warm frontal system on Tuesday. But notice here already kind of a tongue of moisture dropping into the center part of the nation and backed up by strong cold high pressure here in the southwestern part of Canada. This will be the area of interest to watch during the day on Monday, as again this is associated with that upper level feature that by Wednesday morning will be in the center part of the nation. Again, this will be in the form of snow at this time for the Central Plains here, and that's already poking eastward into the western part of the Ohio Valley come Wednesday morning. Now here's the forecast map for Wednesday evening from last night's 0Z GFS model run. This indicates the model is expecting some low pressure to start forming here, and again by this time that cold frontal system will have come through the I-95 corridor, and the boundary zone associated with that cold frontal system will kind of be the conduit for moisture to move up and low pressure to move up along it to a position we'll see in a moment here just off the mid-Atlantic coastline by Thursday morning. But colder air is moving in at this time Wednesday evening, and moisture is intensifying here really over the Ohio Valley come Wednesday evening. So again, the colder air is starting to push in at this time Wednesday night following the passage of the cold frontal system. Low pressure starting to form along that boundary zone, and some moisture already popping here in the Ohio Valley. Let's now jump ahead to the Thursday morning forecast map. Now here we go for Thursday morning. Now let me point out that the GFS is the most bullish of some of the models in terms of this snow look to it on Thursday morning. However, the European model overnight does have a system similar to this, not quite as strong, not quite as moist, but the two of them together are certainly indicating the possibility of accumulating snow in the I-95 corridor region. Again, late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, and that threat for accumulating snow is greatest to the north and west of the big cities. But nonetheless, the GFS from last night has a low pressure area just off the mid-Atlantic coastline by Thursday morning with a lot of moisture here on its northwest flank with colder air filtering in at this time. And again, this could be a scenario where there's rain that changes to snow come late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Certainly much colder on Thursday compared to Wednesday, and that cold air mass will continue to remain in the area on Friday. Then we'd start to warm up again. We talked last week about these big temperature swings from cold to warm to cold to warm, and it looks like that is going to come true. But now the big story to watch over the next couple of days will be the possibility of a storm along the mid-Atlantic coastline come late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, and it could throw some accumulating snow back into the I-95 corridor region, especially to the north and west of the big cities. Stay tuned to VencoreWeather.com over the next few days for update on this threat. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.